Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crochet Chat. Today is April 14th and I did it again. I didn't actually dye my hair. So I went to the drugstore the other day, well yesterday, and I wanted to get, because the dark hair, the dark purple, actually just, the purple just faded and it went to black. And it was driving me nuts because I couldn't even recognize myself. So I went to the drugstore to get some red and I thought, I'll just put red in, see what happens. But while I was there, I found this. It's called Color Oops. And the idea is that it removes the color that you have in there to go back to your natural color. And it did. 20 minutes later, this is what I got. Now this up here is my natural color. Now it's sprinkled with gray. I look like I'm wearing a glitter hat. And then I remembered that I was a blonde for many years, so this bottom end is bleached. So I guess the product cannot remove the bleached hair because it's not really, you didn't add color to it, you bleached it, you took the color out. So there's nothing to come back to. So it's a little lighter than my natural color down here. And so the idea was that I was gonna put, take it down to this and then put red in it. But when my husband came home yesterday, he's like, I love it so much. He was all amorous, oh my goodness. He loves it so much and he asked me to keep it like this for a little while. So that's what I'm gonna do for a little while and we'll see how long it lasts. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. We had a good Easter. I had a few meltdowns. I think I mentioned before, usually our get-togethers are, my husband and I don't have big extended families. I only have one sibling, he only has one sibling. And so our friends have become our family. And oh, somebody wants to visit. You wanna come? Come sit. Come sit. Come on, up you go. He's rangy today. Anyway, so normally our get-togethers are 25 people and this year was only 5 of us and I had a hard time with that. I've been doing this for decades. I had a few meltdowns. My daughters have gotten into Zooming me every day, which is awesome, but it's not the same. I want to hug them, I want to kiss them, but anyway. But I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter weekend, if that is something that you honor. Anyway, oh yes, and on Friday, after my mom and I painted eggs, I finally gave in to her. She wanted to get a buzz, so I did. I buzzed her head. And she wouldn't give me permission to show you, but she looks so cute and she loves it. She's like, no maintenance whatsoever. She loves it. And I think she has a pretty good attitude about it. She said, well, if men can do it, why can't I? I'm like, good point. Very good point. So she's very pleased with that. Anyway, what have I been up to? So I think I mentioned before that I'm kind of like not losing my crojo, but I don't have the oomph to do things, right? But I have in the last couple of days decided to do hats because they're soothing, But I did finish, the first thing I finished was I think I mentioned before that I was working on this Pioneer braid scarf. It's a knit pattern, it's free, and I'll leave the link down below. And I finished it. And this is using the Craft Smart Value Jacquard in the color Rainbow. And what I love about it is that it gives you that scrappy look, which I love, without actually changing any yarn. This is all, continuous. I did have some issues with, let me show you. So when you do the short rows, when you go from one yarn going one direction and you attach it to go to the other direction, those are called short rows. And in this case, it's the short row or the decrease that they use is an SSK, slip slip knit. But it was creating like, I don't even know if I can show you guys, they're like a ridge, which I was not pleased with. But I did come up with one that is not quite as ridgy. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, now the sun. And that was knit 2 together instead of the SSK. Now, poor Carrie Penny. I was harassing her about, what about this and what about this? How can I do this? And she was so patient with me and she said, yes, in this instance, in this pattern, the knit two together, or which is what I did, would work. But be cautious, because not all decreases are built the same, and they're not appropriate for all your different patterns. So, but in this case it works. So I'm very happy. Thank you, Carrie. You're a lifesaver. And I'm sorry for harassing you. Anyway, I loved how this turned, and the yarn is squishy. I paid $3.99 minus 20%, which, by the way, Michael's is still having their 20% off today. Yeah, so $3.99 Canadian, so it's even cheaper in the US. It's squishy, I have no idea how it washes, but it's a wonderful yarn. I loved it, and very economical. And so, which I'm gonna buy yarn soon. I know I'm trying not to buy yarn, but it was funny, I recently got introduced to TikTok, which is, oh my God, you get addicted to that, and you just look, you scroll and scroll and scroll. But anyway, there was a guy that came on and he said, you know, we live on a farm, we usually have animals and birds and nothing for 3 days now. And I said to my husband, oh my God, it's the end of the world. What do you do? What's the end of the world? Yeah, buy yarn. So I'm looking for a deal. Anyway, what have I done next? I decided, a while ago, many of you have suggested the Stormy Waters hat. And so I thought I'll give it a try, and I used this yarn. Now, love the pattern. Not that pleased with how this one came out, the yarn in that. The pattern, aside from like the first 2 rows where she doesn't tell you, so you do your crown, it doesn't tell you where to attach. So am I gonna be going spiral, or am I gonna be attaching and chaining up? But she has a tutorial, which is great. So I learned that from the tutorial. So I will leave that down below too. So I love the pattern. So yeah, that came out pretty good. Just not, the colors are not, didn't come out quite the way I wanted. So I also found a knitted hat pattern that I did, and it's called the St. John's Wort knit hat, and it's a free pattern, and there we go. And the picture that she has, she uses Lion Brand Thick and Quick. And so this comes to a little bit of a pet peeve for me. I hate patterns where, because I have a small head, usually I have to make things different size than the pattern. She doesn't give you a multiple, so I had to figure it out myself. So if you do try this one, the multiple is 6. But this is, I only had a little bit left, so this is a baby hat, but this is what it came out like. I loved it, and I'm a new knitter, so for me to be able to pull this off is pretty good. It's a good pattern. So I figured, okay, let's try it in the actual yarn that she used. Woolly's Thick and Quick in the colorway Charcoal. And this is what you get. This is knit. Is that not cute? Oh, I love it so much. I think it came out really good. It's a little big, hence I have to make another one using the multiples that I figured out. But I love it. So I made that. So I made all those. Then I went back to the Stormy Waters hat, and you know, we all have those 1 skeins of yarn. So I figured I'd start muddling through those 1 skeins, and I found Bernat Super Value in the color Whirlpool. And that's what I get. It's the same pattern, the Stormy Waters, but I don't really like the way it has pooled. But that's okay. The pattern itself is great. See? The pattern itself is great. So, went on the hunt to get another yarn. Another 1 skein that I had. And this one is the Loops and Threads Impeccable. And the colorway is Earth. I love this one. Look at that. I actually like the way this one pooled. This one's a little small on me. But, yeah, this one's kind of hurting my head. Oh, yeah, but it's cute, right? So, love that. And essentially, the pattern is shell stitches stacked on top of the other one. So you do 1 round of shell stitches, the second round is another round of shell stitches, but with a little bit of a twist. So awesome, really quick pattern, easy. And it's got a tutorial. Then I found another one. And then this one is also impeccable, and the colorway is Falling Leaves. But look at this one. Oh my God, I love it so much. The good thing here is you can't see where there's no, what Zelda calls San Andreas fault. Look at that. Oh my God. Seriously, I love it. This looks like a pile of leaves that you want to jump into in the fall. Love it. So this one I love. Love, love, love. And this one fits me perfectly. Then I thought I'll make it in solid color. And this one is Red Heart Super Saver in cornmeal. And in solid color. Look how cute that is. I think it's adorable. So I made it in solid color. And of course, I had to do it in scraps. Now, I did not weave in any of those ends. Now, if I'd known that I was gonna do this pattern in the beginning, I would have carried the yarn, but I really, when I started, I had no idea. So I got all these ends. But, let me show you. How cute is that? Scraps. Love it, love it, love it. So, I highly recommend this pattern in the tutorial. It's really easy, great, so love that. That's what I've been up to. What else do I want to talk to you about? Okay, so this morning I knew I was going to do a video, but I was having my coffee and watching YouTube, and Setta posted a video, and she posted a snack tag. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to tell you the 3 snacks that are my go-to snacks. The first one is Stacy's pita chips in the Parmesan garlic and herb flavor. So that is my go-to every day. I know it's a lot of starch, but every day. My second go-to is chickpeas. And yes, we can get them in the store now. Chickpeas, I roast them. I put them in meals. Sometimes it's a whole meal on its own. I eat them straight out of the can. I make hummus, which is another go-to. Between these two, I make hummus and use the chips to dip in hummus. I'm a hummus addict. So that's another snack. And my third one is olives. This one's almost empty, but I always have olives. To me, this is the best snack ever. So those are my snacks. Who do I want to challenge? So the idea is you have to talk about the 3 snacks that are your go-to snacks. And who do I want to challenge? How about Rose from Rose Likes Crochet? What are you snacking on, Rose? How about Lisa's Crochet? Lisa, you're so thin. How do you stay so thin? And what are you snacking on that makes you stay so thin? How about Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations? Lisa, what are you snacking on? I know your diet has changed recently. So what are you snacking on these days? By the way, I saw your after pictures. You look amazing. Whew, you look amazing. How about Pamela's Crochet and Knit Creations? Pamela, you have the most amazing skin of anybody I've ever known. I need your secrets. I need to know, what are you snacking on to have such wonderfully youthful skin? How about Kim from Kim's Crochet and Knit? You are another one who stays so thin. What are you snacking on? Or are you just not snacking? And how about Ella? Ella's doing it, she's going through a transformation. If you haven't been watching Ella, she's got some amazing content between the 2 channels that she has. And she's on a journey, a weight loss journey, which she's rocking it. So what are your go-to snacks? Anybody else? I think that's it for now. And anybody else who wants to do this tag, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to get to know each other. And I know you have the time. We all have the time. And lastly, I want to give a shout out. This is an unusual shout out. It's an Instagram shout out. This is not for a knitter or crocheter. This is for a chef. And his name is Chef Paul Lillis. Paul, I've known since he was about 16 years old. He's a friend of my older daughter's. And yeah, love him so much. Turns out he's a celebrity chef. He appears in a lot of Canadian TV shows. And he won Chopped Canada. Can you believe that? A few years ago, he won Chopped Canada. He is a self-taught chef. He had no formal training. But right now, during this isolation, he's doing a video a day, and he's showing you basic stuff that you can put together with stuff that you have on hand. Anyway, I'm thoroughly enjoying him. I mean, I would enjoy him even if he wasn't doing an Instagram video every day. But he's so awesome. You guys need to check it out. Usually his videos are only a few minutes long, so they're easy peasy, and he's great. And I love him so much, so much. Anyway, that's all I have. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be back or what color my hair will be. Maybe the same, maybe not. But I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. Please stay safe, please stay sane, and we will talk soon.